what is AI and what is AI automation?
Okay.
I thought you were ready to answer the question.
Okay, I think that AI is just artificial intelligence is a field for creating non-computer system that can perform tasks normally which require human intelligence. Then AI automation is that the use of the artificial intelligence to perform tasks. That's what I understand in that one.
Sorry, sir. I wanted to say something, but sorry, I just said something. Probably. It's fine.
All right,
My
still
network
good.
was network was disturbing me. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Um,
Okay, you want to say something?
I would
Another person
say
want to say something.
it's an advanced level intelligence built to assist humans. That's basically what I would say.
All right. Thank you very much. So just like Stacy and the other guy said, sorry I didn't get your name properly before your name went off. I didn't get your name. So just like they said, that was a very good response. That was a very good answer. So in a layman understanding, we are talking about AI and AI automation. So in a layman understanding, sorry I didn't make any note for this, but after this class I'll prepare a slide that you can learn with. Okay. So AI, in a layman understanding, we can say that AI, which is artificial intelligence, is the simulation of human intelligence in machine. Okay, allowing systems to learn, reason, understand language, and solve problems like a thoughtful assistant. In a very short form, you can explain AI or artificial intelligence like that. Then AI automation, on the other hand, we can just put it like we can just say that AI automation uses intelligent system to execute complete workflow autonomously. Okay, it's just like making decisions, adapting to data, and performing tasks without human consent or human intervention. So it's like having a smart non-bot worker that runs the entire process from start to finish, okay, without getting tired. So it runs it simultaneously, it runs it continuously, okay, it runs it continuously as long as the trigger keeps happening, it keeps running that same program, that same workflow until there is no trigger to trigger the automation again. So that is what AI automation basically stands for. Okay, using machine to perform tasks that would need human intelligence, that would basically need human intelligence. Okay, so now you're using machines to do those things with ease. All right. So before we go into breaking down the project that we're going to build for today, we're going to be building in this class. So let me explain to you the foundation of AI automation. Okay, the foundation of AI automation. So we have AI categories. We have AI categories. So these are three main categories that you should know. Okay, before learning the AI automation, you should understand these three categories of AI. So the first one is conversational AI. So conversational AI is basically a system that chats with people, all right? Having a back and forth conversation with them. So it's like having a friendly robot that talks to your customers on your behalf. Okay, so let me show you something. Let's visit EasyPrimeTech. So this is EasyPrimeTech's website. Okay, this is the official website of EasyPrimeTech. So if you look down here, you see a chat box. So this chat box is basically our conversational AI tool. So we use this chat box to interact with clients, or we interact with students, or those who are willing to learn more about the platform and what the platform is all about. Okay, so before now we currently deactivated the chat box, the conversational part of this AI tool, because this AI tool can do a lot of things apart from working as a chat box. It can do a whole lot of things like monitoring traffic, controlling traffic on the web page, monitoring who's on the web page, where they are visiting from, what they are currently doing. So it's also used to generate leads, okay, to know the number of people that you have on your businesses. Use it a lot. That is businesses that really understands this kind of AI tool. So they use it to collect leads and understand the amount of the number of people that actually visits their web page. Okay, so before now, if you click on this place and then you write something like hello, okay, I already have okay, I think I already sent hello here. Alright, so if you send a message hello, it will give you a response. Okay, I already sent a message here, it will give you a response. Okay, because we've deactivated the conversational part of this AI, so it doesn't really know what to say. It doesn't know what to say. It waits for a human to respond under few seconds, and if a human doesn't respond, it gives this message. If a human doesn't respond, it says we are busy at the moment, sorry about that. So this one is, it has to write this one because it waited for a human to respond, and then a human didn't respond. So that is one part of conversational AI tool. So another type of conversational AI tool is an AI voice agent that makes call to communicates with clients and then gets vital information from them. Okay, so AI voice agent is also part of conversational AI. So the next one here is AI tool. Okay, so this AI tool is they are just kind of systems that are used. They are just kind of systems that use AI to do specific jobs when a person asks them to. Right. So an example of it is just like making a custom tool that takes a link from a blog post and then gets information from that web page, push it to ChatGPT or any other LLM, rewrite the whole thing that was posted on that blog post, and then post it back on your own, maybe your own social media account or your YouTube, Instagram, or whatever social media that you use, without you doing anything. Okay, all it needs is a trigger. Okay, without you doing anything. So all you have to do is just this one is almost is just you can call it an automation. Okay, because it also works like an automation, so you can call it an automation, but it's an AI tool that actually does this one. So the third one is the main thing that we are actually treating in this program, the AI workflow automation. So this is the kind of AI that does the whole, it does a whole lot of tasks on its own. Okay, so this is when you use AI to make decisions that normally needs human brain. So it's like having a smart robot manager that runs the whole process for you. So example of it is like, when you call your customer, not you calling, the AI actually calls your customer. It receives a trigger. Maybe it can be from an email, or it can be from a form field, and then it can be maybe a watch or a calendar or anything that triggers it to make a call, and then it calls your customer, gets information from the customer, book meetings with you and the customer depending on the response it gets from the customer. Okay, so this is what we'll be working on. All right, so when you talk about AI automation, people often refers to the AI workflow automation. So that is what people often refers to as AI automation, which is also correct. All right, so before I go into breaking down the things we are going to be doing, I'm going to be giving you step-by-step process of what we are actually going to be building. Then after giving you the step-by-step process of how the system is going to work, and then I'll now explain the project to you. Alright, so how the project is going to work is that the first one, we are going to need a trigger. Alright, so this trigger starts the workflow. It starts the AI workflow. Like I said earlier, this trigger can be an email, it can be a button, it can be a timer, it can be form field, but we need a trigger, something that tells the AI that, okay, yeah, it's time to go on. Okay, so we'll be creating a form to receive informations from the user. That information triggers the whole thing. So once the user sends it, it triggers the whole thing. So it moves it to the next process, which is the filtration process. Now, this filtration process filters the whole thing and decide if this registration or this email is qualified or not. It's just like when you're registering for this program. There were a few things you were asked, like, have you worked in the UK before? Have you done this? Have you done that? And you were answering, and then it tells you, why do you want to be part of this program? So in that message, why do you want to be part of this program, there is something it was looking for. The AI was specifically looking for something. Okay, so when it finds that thing, it moves you to the next part. It says, okay, yeah, you're qualified to go to the next phase of filtration. The next phase, sorry, not the, this is the filtration process. So the next phase now is called the intelligent process. So it moves you to the intelligent process. This intelligent process now creates, it drafts an email for you. Okay, it drafts an email that says, okay, yeah, this person is qualified. It's time to send an email to you that say, okay, yeah, we've accepted you. You know, filtration process does not accept people. Rather, it indicates that you're qualified, and then it moves you to the intelligent phase. Intelligent phase now accepts you. Okay, intelligent phase accepts you, writes an email, and then move it to the action phase. The action phase now sends the email, you know, the whole email that has been written, that is supposed to be sent out. It sends it out to the formatter, and then the formatter handles it or formats the whole email, put it in such a way that it's supposed to be, place the scholar ID at the top, place the phone number at the bottom, you know, formats the whole thing that, okay, yeah, it's good to go, and then it sends it out. And then the final part is the output. Okay, the output that you get. Now, this back and forth can happen in different ways. This back and forth can happen in different ways. Okay, it can happen that you're receiving, okay, you're receiving from the user and the user is sending to you, or it can happen that, oh, you're still processing the whole thing, you've not sent it out yet. You know, the whole process that I just explained here, it can be that you're still processing the whole thing, you're still processing to send out the first email. It can be that, oh, you've received it, you've sent it out, you're waiting for the customer or the client to send back email, to send another email again, and then you draft something, you know, your AI agent drafts something. So this process kind of involves a lot of things. It depends on how you want to automate it. So in order to get this thing done, there are tools we are going to be using. First of all, we are not writing a single line of code throughout this process. We are not writing any single code. So the first tool we are going to be using is Tally. So Tally, you know, listen, throughout this this whole thing, we're going to be using free tools. All right, we're going to be using free tools because I wouldn't want anyone to say, oh, you use the paid version and I'm trying to use a free version and I can't really do that thing that you did over there. So that's why we're using a free tool. So whatever I do, you can do it. Okay, whatever I do, you can do it as well. So the first tool is Tally. So this Tally is going to be we're going to be creating a form that we're going to be sending out to people and then collect details from them, and then we're going to be using another tool that is called the Airtable. So this Airtable is like okay, think of it like, you know what a spreadsheet is, right? A database, you know what a spreadsheet is. So think of it like a spreadsheet on steroids, you know, an advanced spreadsheet. So we can use it as our database to store information that the user has sent in through the Tally. Okay, so we store the information there. That is where the system determines if it's qualified or not. Then after this whole process in the Airtable, it moves it to make.com. So make.com is where we create the full scenario for this whole automation. That's where the whole thing happens. So we use make.com to create the scenario for everything that we're going to do. So from that make.com, the main magic starts. The main thing happens. All right, so that is what we'll be doing. Now let me break down the project. Okay, now so think of it as let's think of it as okay, let's say you're working in a real estate company. All right, let's say you're working in a real estate company, or you own a real estate company, and then you're trying to send you're looking for clients, and then you're trying to like send an email to them, or you're giving them a form, and then you want only people that are willing to pay from 10,000 and above, people that has the budget of 10,000 and above to apply, that they want to buy a property from your agency. Okay, and now they are filling the form. There are those who doesn't have up to $10,000. Maybe their budget is below 10,000, and there are people who has a budget that is above 10,000. And then when they are done submitting that form, the AI workflow analyzes this whole form. Those who submitted that they have a budget that is above 10,000, it moves them to the next level, and then it drafts an email, sends it back to them, and then waits for their response. Or you might not want to send the email back to them instantly. You can just decide to book a call instantly. Okay, since you've seen that they are qualified, they are ready to pay this amount, this is their budget, you just use we're going to use our AI voice agent to book a call with them. So our AI voice agent is going to book a call with them, gets vital information from them, and then drafts a document that they are going to sign, and then send it to them after the email. So once they are done signing the document, it sends it back to the AI agent. To them, they are sending it to the company, but our AI agent is still active to do all these things. So once the AI agent receives this signed document, it tells us, that is when it gets to the output and tells us that, oh, the job is done. You can use anything for your output. Okay, so this is what we're going to be building in this program. We're going to be building it step by step. It's not something we can finish in one class or in 2 classes or 3 classes. So we're going to be building it one step at a time. So I implore you all to always show up and be punctual, so we can always start it early and finish it early, and be able to finish this whole process before the end of the program. Now this class is fully optional. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. But I advise you all, if you really love AI and you want to do great things with AI automation, I advise you to stay. And do not do, if you attend today, you miss tomorrow. If you attend today, you skip tomorrow. So it's not really advisable to do that. So you can actually follow up and understand what we are doing. Because if you miss one step, it will be very difficult for you to fill in that space and catch up with what we are doing. Okay, so that is it about that. Is there any question, please?